Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another. Hey, everybody. Want to make sure you can hear me. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Spiritual Scientist. Hey, how is everybody? So, I'm going to try to sit still, let this camera track me, and talk about a couple things. So, hope everybody's doing good, staying safe. Um, I'm going to do this. I'm going to talk about um, this whole debacle because it keeps coming up uh, for me. So I'm going to read this a little bit and then we could talk if you have some questions or something. I'll hang on. Locations and times. Little children, it is the last hour and Antichrist coming. Even now, many Antichrist have come, but which we know that is the last hour. So uh, that's saying there's a lot of false prophets and antichrists that have been. This one's pretty poignant. Thessalonians 2:3-4. Let no one deceive you by any means, for that day will not come unless the falling away comes first, and the man of sin is revealed, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is God or that is worshipped, so that he sits as God in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. The coming of the lawless one is according to the working of Satan, with all power, signs, and lying wonders, and with all unrighteousness deception among those who perish, because they did not receive the love of the truth, and that they might be saved. And for this reason, God will send them a strong delusion, that they should believe the lie, that they all may be condemned who did not believe the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. So could that part be about the Mandela effect and how you're not, that is the strong delusion, how reality changes, and that would be, the Mandela effect. So that's something, we're going to talk about. So I'm going to scroll through and I'm going to decipher a lot of this revelations for you, which is really cool. Um, okay. Matthew 24:24. New King James Version. For false Christs and false prophets will rise and show great signs and wonders to deceive, if possible, even the elect. Are those great signs and wonders the Mandela effect? Hmm. Probably not. I don't think so. And I'll go through this why. But I don't believe that that has anything to do with it, really. Um, this is about. I'll go into this. I've come in my Father's name, and you do. I've come in my Father's name, and you do not receive me. For if another comes in his own name, him you will receive. So that's about false Christs, and it's also about false agendas. Now, this one's the beast rising from the sea is the Antichrist. He rises from people. So, what does that mean? That's the interesting part. He rises from people. So, the beast rising from the sea is the Antichrist, right? Now, Revelation 13:1. Then I stood on the sand in the sea, and I saw a beast rising up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and on his horns 10 crowns, and on his heads a blasphemous name. Now, what is that? So, how could there be a beast with 7 heads and 10 horns? So, what we have here is the beast is the AI system. So that is like not even the internet. So that would be Neuralink. So when Neuralink is installed, it wounds your head, and I'll go into that, and then it's healed. And then what? That's how they're describing it. And then in this, I stood on the sand and of the sea, and I saw a beast rising up out of the sea. So that's The sea is like, the sea of information, having 7 heads and 10 horns. So that means that they're having, 7 people put with this Neuralink, and they're getting a hive mind because they're connecting to each other through the internet. And 10 horns would be the other AI computers on board. And Oz 10 horns, 10 crowns, and Oz heads a blasphemous name. So what is the name? The name is the beast system. The name is AI, right? So, and I'll explain how this all makes total sense. Waters cast up mire and dirt, yeah. This is interesting, though. Then he's multitudes, nations, and tongues. So it's saying like the water is like the internet, and the information and what you saw where the harlot sits are peoples. So it connects all different people, multitudes, nations, and tongues, and it has Google Translate, so it's able to go into all different formats and genres around the earth. Okay, now then I stood on the sand and the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns. So I already described that. Now this is good. Here is a mind which has wisdom. The 7 heads are like 7 mountains on which the woman sits. Now I'm going to break that down for you. So the 7 heads are 7 mountains. So the mountains are like spread out, and the woman is what that's showing is that's communication. So it's almost instant hard drives, different computer systems. The 10 horns which you saw are the 10 kings which have received no kingdom. So these are like CEOs of big companies. They don't have a kingdom, but they have a company. So the 10 horns on which you receive authority for 1 hour as kings with the beast. So they're going to have access to this AI computer system as well. These are of one mind. So we got the hive mind system as well. These are of one mind. So we got the hive mind going on, and they'll give their power in the AI, computer system, right? Now the beast which I saw was like a leopard. His feet were like feet of a bear. So a leopard has a lot of spots. It's hard to see. Feet are feet of a bear. So the bear is really, really strong. And so that's like hard AI. And his mouth like the mouth of a lion. The dragon gave him his power. So it's saying it's like demonic in power at 5G frequency, which is a really low, frequency for us, and it causes illness. I do distance healing. So when I work with people, I work a lot with, and I do distance healing. So when I work with people, I work a lot with, angelic frequencies. So these frequencies are a lower frequency. That's a beast. You have which is a lower vibration, which is demonic. And I saw one of his heads as if it had been, that's with the Elon Musk with his, marvel how to install what it would be. The beast that you saw was and is not and will send out of the bottomless pit. That's like where it didn't come. It wasn't alive. It's just an AI computer, and go to perdition. And those who dwell on the earth, that means are not written in the book of life from the fountain of the world, and they will see the beast that we have that system. We worship the dragon who gave authority, that's Satan, and beast. Who is able to, so who could think as fast as an AI computer is what they're saying. Who is able to make war with him? So you do a simulation, it's already won. So it's a very smart, system. The simulation, it's already won. So it's a very smart, system. The AI to, a voice, and it's going to tell them things and blasphemies. And it was given the authority to continue for 42 months. It's telling you how long they had the computer system basically on. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy because it's not a lot a living thing. It only can measure, you know, against what it's about spiritual would be totally against spiritual because it doesn't see it thinks they're fake, right? So then he opened his mouth blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name, his tabernacle, and those who dwell in heaven. So it's gonna way smarter than, so it's already they're doing drones that have this, they have like sometimes autonomy to take people out if they send this advanced drone, right?